Welcome to the blackest Star Wars show in the galaxy, because even in the light there's darkness. We highlight the black voices of Star Wars here on The Black Jedi. It's your man's Romeherbert here with KJ.
Yo.
And we have to react to the most recent episode of The Mandalorian, The Pirate. This episode was something else, to say the least. So I'm excited to hop into it. We're going to keep this like real short and sweet, low key. At least that's how I'm thinking. I might go on a tangent. You never know. You feel me? But I'm excited to talk about this one. But yeah, so off the rip, you know how we do it on here. It's highs and lows, and then a overall rating of it, as well as any future type of predictions. So, well, I say, what you think? Should we start with the highs? We start with the lows? How you want to do this?
Yeah, we can go high.
Go high, and then go. Okay, yeah. Let's go high, man. Let's go high. Yeah. When they go high, we go low. No, when they go low, we go high. Yeah. What are some highs, man, you think, of this episode of The Mandalorian?
So the episode is called The Pirate, and for starters, you know, I would say that the high is probably the pirate itself. I thought the villain Gorian Shard.
Yeah,
I thought it was a pretty good little villain. You know, it wasn't too
pretty decent.
Something not too crazy, not too short, sweet. It was, it seemed pretty to the point. I say maybe if they gave him a little bit more like background info, about like who he is. Maybe he's somewhere in the comics. I don't know, but y'all inform me. But yeah, I thought he was a cool looking dude. Remind me of like Blackbeard. Like Captain Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean. Those vibes. So I wasn't really too mad at that. I thought it was a pretty cool looking character, cool concept, and design, and just his crew as well too. So I'll say, yeah, aesthetically cool looking dude. Kind of got like a tree beard and whatnot. So I thought it was a pretty cool looking character. And of course, got Carl Weathers, bringing him back into the storyline. I like how they are still keeping him in the mix. So that's really cool, and just like the Planet Navarro as well, just keeping that relationship with him and Mandalorian. I do like that type of thing. Of course, at the end of the episode, they go into detail about giving the Mandos like an independent land. So kind of like the first episode, where he's like, hey, sweet Mando up, like, you can stay here. You pretty much done your work. Your good deeds, you can wrap up and retire. So that was kind of like a good callback on that. They didn't just like throw it out the window. They came back and was like, hey, you still got this independent, I grant you in this independent land, this is you guys. And that was really just the result of them being attacked by the pirates. And, the New Republic, I forgot his name. What was his name? Captain Teva,
Captain Teva.
Yep, coming into the picture. And, Mandalorian is just like, it's supposed to be discreet, closed off planet. Nobody's supposed to know our location. And, R7.
R5 snitched on him. R5 is a rat, man. R5 Takashi, boy.
Right, so that ends up happening, found it because of robot, or astromech. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Even with the ending was nice because everybody keep on talking about Moff Gideon, right? Played by I forgot his name.
Talking about Juan
Carlos. Yeah, Juan Carlos.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, everybody saying Moff Gideon. Waiting for his arrival. We probably won't get that. Probably not until like towards the end of the season. If I had to take a guess. You don't think so? Yeah, I don't think they're going to show him next episode. I think it's kind of like they're prepping things up, which is good, making a build up until towards the end to show him. I think it might be a cliffhanger, or you know what? We get into the predictions, so yeah,
we're gonna have some predictions. You feel me? For sure. Yeah, and I would definitely pick back. The highs of this was great action. I feel like it had great action, great script writing. You know what I'm saying? There's some quotable lines in there when he had like the 10-1. I like those eyes tight stuff. Paz Vizslas, you're outnumbered 10-1, man. He's like, I like those eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got this like depth to them. You feel me? But at the same time, I think the greatest moment to me was Paz Vizsla's speech, right? Because we seen him be like, we kind of seen his character journey where he's been like a opposition of the Mando throughout the series, right?
Yeah.
But now he's pivoted to being somebody that, like, in that moment in his speech, he's like, why we lay our lives down? Because we're Mandalorians, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Made you like, yeah. And then you start going in.
Like,
they went for my son. We got to ride for these dudes, man. Like, this is what we do type stuff. You feel me? So that was like, man, like that. I feel like that Volta, that turn that he had in his speech was like, just so dope, man. Spot on. Like, the writing, I feel like it's just a plot, because you was expecting how he typically has done. He's typically interjected opposing the Mandalorian, you know what I'm saying? Opposing, helping out, opposing, like, Question really being like a op to the Mando. So it was dope to just see him pivot to now being somebody that's now a proponent of them, an advocate for risking the life of the foundling. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like, I don't know.
He feels honored to, like, be by their side and fight. So I like that.
I think KJ said this too. Like, he should be like the general, because his presence just inspiring. You feel tight stuff. He feel menacing. Like, he feel like a Bane type character. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, he a Bane type dude. So I just thought, man, Pa's a real one.
I messed with that. Had a lot of great shots. Like going back and forth with the ship. And the aerial scenes, going back and forth with the battles between the pirates and the Mandalorians. I thought those were really great shots. Just seeing Din Djarin just like sky through the air, and like it goes like a close up, on the ship, and then him. I thought that was really cool shots, and just going back and forth with the pirates, and also just Mandalorians preparing for battle, going on foot and going within the city, and like battling against the pirates as well. I thought some of those were pretty cool looking shots. Overall, man, like, the episode was awesome. I thought they executed it well. And then, of course, we get to see Tim Meadows in there.
That was unexpected. I honestly didn't even know who he was. Like, he looked familiar though, but I didn't know. I didn't have previous frame reference for him. So it's interesting. And that was the first other black character we seen on the screen. Colonel Tuttles, who we're talking about, Tim Meadows. He was the dude that's like, doesn't look like we can do anything for them. he stopped him in the middle of the hollow mess. He didn't even finish it. He's like, you're on your own, buddy. You feel me? I'm like, dang, man. And then what's her name? I want to know more for story.
Her name.
I know, but it's like her eyes just like IG-88 or something. Her officer or RG something 88. But it's like, man, what is her beef? You know what I'm saying? What's her background story? I'm curious now. I know she was on the ship with. It was Moff Gideon ship that she was on, so it's like, is she like
tuned in?
Is she kind of still on the fence? Like, what is her aim? I don't know.
I feel like maybe her character is like, because she was talking about how she didn't really have a chance to pick and choose what she wanted, so it's kind of like a whoever. How would I explain it? It's like since I didn't get to choose what I want, and this person like chose for me, I'm just gonna go hard as I can for them. So like, she went so hard for the Empire, the Imperials. That was kind of like her identity. Maybe now that she's picked up by the New Republic, maybe that's like her new identity. So she's just going so hard for them. Or you never know. She might just still be for the Empire and just waiting until. Kylo Ren and his gang show. Or that too. You never really know.
First order.
So we'll have to see how that fleshes out. And then we saw Zeb as well from.
That's his name, Zeb. Yeah, that was cool seeing Zeb from. It sounds like it's the same voice actor too.
It might be. So? There's a chance.
That was his name, Zeb. Yeah, seeing him from Star Wars, that was kid.
I thought that was pretty cool. He had like a brief cameo. Maybe we can get some more scenes with him. I like that. I think that be pretty enjoyable. I thought Star Wars Rebels was cool. But yeah, we got a scene, cameo with him and Tiva getting a chance to talk at the bar or wherever it was at. But yeah, anything else you got?
I don't know. As far as highs, I feel like there's some dope quotables though, right? I think just the ship fight music was dope. Like the scene where they was fighting the ships, the music on that was good. Some of the things that said "Puffer Pig's Eye," right? I wrote some of the stuff down. But then also Bo-Katan stepping into his role as like, a reconciler, somebody that's gonna bring back the like, cause she's the one who saw the mythosaur, so now she had to take her helmet off. Which I still don't get why she made her take her helmet off though. Cause it's like, I don't know, like, is she anticipating that that's what will unite the other Mandalorians to exile, or I don't know. It's kind of like, are they still gonna acknowledge that she's part of the way? Will she have to do something else to regain redemption? Cause she already bathed in little waters, but then the armor commanded her to take it off. So it's like, you want me to forsake the creed I just joined? You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like she really, cause that's what she wanted all along. Bo-Katan, right, was to be the leader, liberator, uniter of her people. Maybe her vision was too small, thinking just her clan. And now she's like, nah, it's gonna be bigger to bring all the Mandalorians to exile out and bring them back and restore their former glory type stuff. So it's like, I don't know, man. But that to me, that was cold. The little slow zoom on her at the end type stuff. Like, Bo-Katan is gonna step into a role, and I think it's a perfect way to kind of end off the women's history month with that type of empowerment type thing where she's stepping into more of her identity, her role type stuff. So we see you, Disney. We know what you're doing, Disney. You feel me? And then this fact that Gideon never made it to trial. Like the thing that Captain T was talking about, that he thinks is a conspiracy. But that seeing that Beskar armor, that definitely raises the question. We'll get to predictions. I don't want to skip. I want to talk about predictions, but we'll wait and we'll talk about the lows a bit until that time.
Okay, that's fair.
Have you got any lows on it? I ain't had too many.
I don't think I really got any lows that like popped out. I thought, honestly, I don't think there was like any lows. Like everything they did pretty right. Like the pacing was good, storyline was cool. Like they popped in and out of stuff. Like, I know how I talked about I didn't want a whole creature chase in the last episode. I thought we was just gonna strictly get pirate stuff in this episode. We did, but like it wasn't to the point where it's like overbearing. Like they still popped in and out with like the mythosaur stuff and the New Republic, and I thought those stuff were pretty good. So I don't know, man. I don't think there was like lows in this episode. I guess like is there like replayability? Do you think so?
I definitely think it's replayability. I would say it's replayability.
I say it's replayability.
My a couple itches.
Okay.
I just had 3.
Is it the music?
Right. Yeah, that's the I remember that. Okay. So they had this like Western alien music, like country type, bunking type. I said, nah, this ain't it, man. You remember when they first had, I was like, nah, this ain't it, man. I can't even go for it. Yeah. I was like, no, man, no. Let's not do this again, please. If you need music, hit me up. Hit my guy Alvin the Architect up. Shout out to Alvin the Architect. We do music. We can get you the right mood, but that please no. He was like, I was like, please, what?
Like,
come on.
This ain't it.
This ain't it, man. This ain't Star Wars, man. It just did. Look, I know y'all trying to redefine. That's cool with me, but that just wasn't it for me. And then the dude playing Captain Reva, and I think in a couple of the early, I feel like he got better throughout the episode, but in a couple of those early scenes, his acting just felt very awkward to me. Like it just kind of felt like he was forcing the lines.
I think Paul was missing a little bit.
Yeah. Like especially when he was in the room with Colonel Tuttle, and the former Imperial officer. It's just it kind of felt like he's like overacting some of the lines, and I don't know that. It might be a bit nitpicking on my end because I had some theater type background, but I think just the way he's delivering the lines just didn't feel believable. It felt like
it did kind of feel a little forced.
He was trying to. Yeah, just he didn't put himself into. So maybe he just wasn't comfortable in that role yet fully. I don't know.
Maybe his lines came out like a little bit different than what we was gonna interpret it to be. Kind of like, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Do you feel like he had like too much emotion for it?
Yeah, it felt like the wrong emotion, and like he was like waiting for a cue type of thing.
Okay.
Right? It felt like he was just kind of reading the script, but not fully bringing.
Do you feel like his facial expression wasn't there either, or you feel like it was too much?
It was probably kind of a lack of facial expression, but then also, but his energy didn't match the words, and it wasn't like a smooth delivery of it. It just felt really forced.
Okay,
yeah, I'd say that's the main word. It's like it just didn't feel authentic and genuine. It kind of feel like he's like, and then waited for a pause.
Yeah, what do you think about like the character himself, like? Just Captain TV, the character.
I think the character pretty solid though. Like, to be honest, like, the way they wrote him, I get it. Like, I feel like his acting was better in the scene when he was with the Mandalorians. Yeah, he put up on the beach. I feel like for some reason that scene felt more fluid. His acting on that. I don't know if he just was more comfortable at that time, but the lines before that when he was in that room with Colonel Tuttle, it just felt like he's like. He didn't really know how to deliver. So that was just it just felt awkward to me as a viewer. I was like, it's just cringy just a little bit.
All right. What about like when he pulled up to the new Mandalorian, like to asked him, requested?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I feel like that scene was where it felt like he was. No, I felt like he got more comfortable.
Okay, you feel like he got more comfortable
at that part of time.
Okay.
That's just me though. That's just like
the Colonel Tuttle.
Yeah, maybe it just felt like it was awkward there. I just okay, let's please move past this quickly. But other than that, it was just the Disney Pirates of the Caribbean feel. Like, it's cool. I get. Yeah, I was like, I can allow it, but some of it kind of felt like I even said like I kind of like the line at the same time. He's like Puffer Pig's eye and like man the gun wells like type stuff. Like you say you're a pampered nobleman dressed for the pomp of his wedding feast. It's like it's cool, but does it fit this world? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. You feel me? As he's doing it. Yeah, because I love Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Don't get too like that's a dope franchise. Like I love the whole series. Yeah, shout out Johnny Depp. Not the whole recent debacle with Amber Heard. We won't get to that. But shout out to that storyline, that narrative of Pirates of the Caribbean. But it's definitely one of those things. Just like as they're pulling from other elements, like I think the Star Wars diehard in me becomes kind of like how some of y'all haters be like, you feel me? Where y'all be like, oh, this ain't Star Wars. I kind of felt a bit of that. I can't lie in that moment of time. I kind of felt like, I don't really want this in my Star Wars world. Oh no, this.
So do you feel like even with like for example Andor, like people felt like they wanted that underworld kind of feel to it. Do you feel like that's a good direction to go into for like some of the live action series, that underworld feel or like Western feel on certain things, or do you feel like strictly sci-fi?
Well, I mean, I would, cause you gotta think George Lucas pulled from Westerns influenced Star Wars. Right. Without a shadow of a doubt. Like we saw that off the rip from Han Solo and Greedo when they was in the cantina, and it's like quick draw, you know what I'm saying, type moment. So we know that Westerns are an influence. Yep. Sci-fi is an influence, but then also fantasy, you know what I'm saying, type stuff is influence. So I don't know. I don't debate that it could be a good crossover. I think just the execution of it because I mean, yeah, I think that's another genre too. Like pirates is one genre and Westerns is another genre. And then sci-fi is another genre. So like trying to merge these genres in one episode, I feel like was maybe a bit too much. To me. Like especially with that music, like that opening canteen music, I think
couldn't do it.
That already set it made me view. They redeemed themselves when that ship scene, right? But that music on that ship scene, it had some nice stats, some nice orchestral brass hits, but before that, I was like, yeah, please do not. Like, yeah, they done a good job so far in The Mandalorian scoring it, but I think that part was like, yo, what's going on here? Please don't. It's like, please do not do this again. But I mean, The Mandalorian's been pretty solid on that front, I say. I don't know. I definitely say his ass been pretty solid for him.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but so yeah, I say that's probably my only lows of the show.
That's good. I'd say that's probably I would say
Yeah.
some of those things too. Kind of piggyback on those too as well for like the lows. Again, like this episode was good. I thought everything, you know, it was. I think the rating, I'm gonna have to give it a 9.
Damn,
9.5.
9.5. Woo!
Yeah,
Dang, so you love this episode.
I love the episode.
Wow.
Even though for it to be pirates, that's okay. I say it's somewhere in that 9 to 9.5 because I couldn't find too much that they did wrong with it. Man.
The length of it was great too, and like you said, the pacing was pretty great of it.
And they wrapped it up good, in my opinion. I feel like people will be like, "Ooh, now she took her helmet off," and like all these
because that's the whole thing. Because he just joined the Creed, so it's like, wow.
So I'm gonna say that. Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm surprised you gave it such a high rating. So I'm gonna be nitpicky. I say this like a 7.6.
Okay,
yeah, 7.6 for me.
And
so for me, it's like one. In my opinion, that's low key a failure of the director if the acting isn't up to par, especially a franchise like this. Right? I mean, historically, some of the Star Wars acting has been kind of cringy. See Anakin Episode 2.
Dang.
But at the same time, it's like I feel like we're at a point to where, man, like acting like that shouldn't just kind of
can't let
fall
that
through
slide.
the cracks. Yeah,
Clean that up.
Yeah, okay. I feel like they should have reshot those scenes and been like, yeah, this delivery isn't coming through. Like, I feel like a good director can like really be like, okay, nah, we got to run this back. We got to make sure that this part is tight. So I feel like that's a huge miss for me if something like that gets through to a series like The Mandalorian, where I feel like the bar is so high, like the acting so like on point. Like, I mean, you got Carl Weathers on this. You know what I'm saying? Right. Carl Weathers is in this series, so I shouldn't see any.
All his scenes on point.
Yeah, this is so I feel like supporting cast, you need to be on beat because you got a legend like Carl Weathers, because this man has been in. If you don't know his resume, just go look him up. Right, so
we're gonna do an episode on him.
Yeah, we're gonna do an episode on him for sure. So, I feel like that was like, you need to get that together, Disney. But then, like I said, just the music too. I feel like that took it down another point for me, because this is The Mandalorian. I feel like The Mandalorian has just been on point so much that my expectations is too high for it to like be like, oh, that acting was really bad for like a whole 4 minutes. and then a music scene was just offbeat. Yeah, I said, nah, we're gonna get those 2 points out the way. So other than that, I can, like you said, I won't say forgive the Pirates, because I don't think it's a bad crossover, but I wouldn't say it would affect my enjoyment of the series for sure. It was definitely, it felt a bit off, but I don't think it doesn't reflect the playability of it. I think the thing that affects the replayability is that music and that acting. I feel like that stuff shouldn't slide in a series like this for me. But I don't know. Let us know y'all ratings and y'all reasoning. You feel me? We love to hear. But what are some predictions we have for this upcoming Mandalorian episode?
I guess just like going back to what I was saying, and like the highs about like Moff Gideon. I think there's a big chance that we will see him. Of course we're gonna see him, but towards the end is what I'm saying. He won't. I don't think he's gonna appear in the middle of the series just quite yet.
I don't think so.
Let me know how. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me know. Like, is it 12? I wonder if it's 12 episodes for this season.
I don't know yet. I think it's like.
If it's like 10, I guess this is halfway through the point, because this was episode 5. So maybe he might show up in the next episode. Yeah. But, yeah.
I can see him pulling up in the next episode, to be honest with you.
Think so?
Yeah. I think it's a possibility, at least. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think maybe that girl that's like all in
like maybe she's the one that's, you know what I'm saying?
Like
being accomplished with that?
Okay, yeah, I think
Yeah, I think that's a possibility. You feel me? Yeah, I'd say maybe she could be in cahoots with Moff Gideon, but the thing is, they found Beskar alloy there. So it's like somebody from that camp, from the Mandalorians, is trying to bring him to justice, or they have some type of grander goal at play here.
Right. Yeah, they did say Beskar alloy. I don't know, man.
And Captain T was like, "Shoot, we just work with them."
Yeah. He's like,
he like, "Oh, what did I do?" He very tight stuff.
Man, I don't know. I think, and that's another thing. Yeah, I think maybe the next episode might be focused on that doctor and the other girl. I think they might gonna go back to them.
Okay.
Next episode.
Yeah.
And
well, I don't know. It's tough to say because of the cliffhanger with Bo-Katan, it makes me think they're gonna. But I can easily see them like pushing her storyline back. I think going to them. I could easily see that too.
Because they've done that a lot. I feel like they've left off on something, and we think we get a continuation of it, which we do. Yeah. But sometimes I feel like it's not like right there. Then
it takes a while to circle back. Type stuff.
So I think it will come towards the end of the season, but maybe not next episode. That's just my prediction. But yeah, that, and also with Zeb making a cameo, is there a chance that other Star Wars Rebels characters could make a cameo? You know, like Ezra, like Ahsoka,
and you gotta think Bo-Katan is in the series as well, and she was in Star Wars Rebels. I didn't think about that. So yeah, with Zeb being in there, I would love to see Ezra. I thought Ezra was in that one episode. Yeah. No, that was Bad Batch.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get back to that too.
Yeah, we're gonna get that eventually. But that's a great point. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna bring in some of those rebel characters into it.
Do you think like Thrawn?
That'd be dope to see Captain Rex. Thrawn, that'd be crazy. Yeah, they need Thrawn in the live action. I don't think they had him in the live action yet. That would be hard. But Captain Rex coming through. Who else was in that? R.I.P. Caleb Doom.
Yep.
Man, my guy. That'd be hard. I feel like that'd be hard. How let them come back?
Like that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's see how they go.
Yeah, I see it's all solid predictions. You feel me? I mean, definitely let us know what do you think will happen in the next episode of The Mandalorian. I think The Pirate is a definitely solid episode. If you haven't watched it, go watch it right now. And let us know your thoughts as a result of it. Jedi, the blackest Star Wars show in the galaxy. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment below what are some other content pieces you would like to see from us. Follow us on Instagram. We're gonna be posting little snippets and stuff, and have some shorts here for you of just us reacting to the as we watch and stuff like type things. You feel me? So definitely stay tapped in with us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us, because even in the light there is darkness.
That's
See
right.
you on the next one.
Peace.